Today is all about the quads or your thighs. So we have some compound workouts in here. I also have some isolation work to really isolate those thighs. And then at the very end, I have some high intensity interval training to really help blast that fat. So if you want those toned, muscular legs, then keep watching. This first exercise is a compound movement. So this is a front barbell squat. So what I like to do is I like to cross my arms. That's the grip that I like to use. It's just more comfortable for me and more comfortable on my wrists. So to get into this form, what I do is I will walk towards the bar until the bar is pressing against my neck. And then what I will do is I will set it right across my collarbones. Then I will cross my arms and then put my elbows up so that the bar rests across the top of my shoulders. Then I'll lift the bar, step back, and then go into the movement. You want to make sure that you are keeping your elbows up the whole time so that the bar is resting on them. I personally like to use a more narrow stance. This just helps really target your quads. I also only squat until about parallel, and then when I come up, I will really squeeze and tense my quads as well, just to get them activated. Next exercise is leg press. So you notice my foot placement on the platform. I have a narrow stance and my feet are closer to the bottom of the platform. This will just help really target those quads. As I push up, when I get to the top of the movement, I will flex my quads. And you can notice that I never fully lock my knees. Never fully lock your knees. It is so dangerous, guys. Keep your knees slightly bent at all times. Then you will notice I go straight into a frog stance leg press. So this is just another variation to really help target those quads, and you want to make sure that through these movements you're pushing through the balls of your feet. Then it's on to hack squat. These are awesome for the quads, you guys. They target them so well and you can actually lift a pretty heavy load. So I do really enjoy these. You will notice a trend. So my foot placement is again narrow stance and towards the bottom of the platform. You want to be conscious that your knees are pushing out throughout the movement. They should not be caving in as you go down into your squat. And again, you should be pushing through the balls of your feet. So this next exercise is kind of an odd exercise, but I really do enjoy it. I find that it really targets your outer thighs very well. This machine is traditionally used for kickbacks, but instead of doing a kickback, I turn to the side and then I will do side kicks, as I like to call them. You want to push through your heel, and you should be feeling this up the side of your thigh into your butt. This is also going to help work your side butt, also known as your hip abductors.
But you're everything I want in life. We're fighting danger like kung fu. The love I feel is deep inside. The others don't matter. It's honestly.
Now, if your gym doesn't have that type of equipment, then you can do this exercise. It is just a side leg press on a leg press machine. So this again is going to work the outer part of your thigh as well as your hip abductors, or aka your side glutes. I do find these exercises very helpful because I do tend to store fat around my saddlebag or hip area, so this just helps get those muscles activated and firing. One thing to note about this exercise is when you put your foot on the platform, when you come down into the press, you want to make sure that your knee is in line with your toe. And just the same as any other form of leg press, you don't want to lock out your knee at the top.
You're the only pain I can endure. And when you're not here, you're my dream, but I just want.
Moving on to our next outer thigh workout. So this is a hip abduction. So again, it's going to work your outer thighs along with your side glutes. and it's very effective at targeting that area. So I want to show you guys how I get into this position. So what I do is I go into posterior pelvic tilt. So I'll slow it down for you. So what you want to do is you want to contract your core and think of tucking your tailbone underneath you. And this just helps me to really target those abductors. And with these, I don't come all the way back in, so you can see that the weight is not touching. So I just kind of push out like a pulse movement, and this just helps really keep the tension on the muscle the entire time.
I got everything I want when I hold you with my arms. My love and my pleasure, the key to my treasure, whatever's the weather.
So these are leg extensions. So to get into the correct form for this movement, you should have a 90-degree bend in your knee. And the pad should be positioned about an inch above the top of your foot. So what you want to do is you just want to extend your leg. Now I found that if I don't extend my leg too far, then I do feel it more in my quad. I used to have some knee problems with these, but I found that if I don't extend my leg too far, then it doesn't hurt my knee at all, and then I just flex my quad at the top and it feels much better this way. I will perform 10 reps on one leg and then immediately go into 10 reps on the other leg. Then I up the weight and immediately go in to 10 reps with both of my legs. So that is a total of 30 reps altogether. It really is a great burnout exercise for your quads. Okay, so moving on to some floor taps. So what you're going to do is you're going to stand on a platform on one leg. So you're going to slowly lower your body until you can touch your heel on the floor. The angle of this exercise forces your knee to go over or in front of your toe. So this just helps put emphasis on your quads. It looks really simple, but it's actually quite challenging. Now, one thing that you want to look out for is you want to make sure that the leg that you're standing on the platform with, when you go down into the squat and then up, you want to make sure that your hip, your knee, and your ankle are all in line. So just try to keep a conscious effort to push your knee out. You don't want your knee to be caving in throughout the movement. Alright, now we are into that HIT training. So this is going to help build that muscle, but also help burn fat at the same time. I call these lateral box jumps. So what you want to do is you want to plant a foot on the riser, and then you want to jump up onto the other foot. You want to tap your foot on each side as you jump up, and this is just a really great way to get that heart rate up and get that fat burning. And last but not least, we have some riser pop squats. You do want power behind this, so really power as you jump up. And when you do jump up, you want to go into a squat as well. And as always, be conscious that your knees are pushing outwards and not caving in.
Everything I want when I hold you with my arms. My love and my pleasure, the key to my treasure, whatever's the weather. Day up and now with you till I die. How many times?
That is it for the quad-based workout. Thank you all so much for watching. If you did enjoy the video, give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to see more videos like this. Thank you all so much for your support, and I will see you guys in the next video.
I get to myself.